Straight off the plane from Southwick, though, dude. Literally, you walked in, you're limping.
Yeah.
I think you're sore. I think everybody's sore.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was decent. Wasn't my best weekend, but wasn't my worst.
Yeah.
Starts were an issue a little bit. But
You did good there last year, though, right? I remember. Did you podium?
I didn't podium, but
I
first
remember,
moto I
like-
got 8th from way back. I fell, but second moto I almost beat Jet, and it was like
That's what it was.
Yeah.
You did good there last
I
year.
was like right on him for a long time. But
Where'd you guys ride during the week before? Southwick.
GPF
Both times or both days?
both days.
You think that's the same at all?
I mean,
Like-
it's as close as you're gonna get where we're at.
Was it normal Southwick with the hard base?
Yeah, but I think it was even harder this year. I feel like it wasn't as deep as it was last year.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's faster.
It was faster for sure, and the bumps were super super sharp.
And then what about the rain? Did it rain for you guys, or was that 450?
No, it rained a little bit for like 5 minutes of our second moto, but not anything.
Not
like-
enough.
No.
It showed that RJ has goggles off. But why
What?
did you?
No.
Was it bad enough that you needed goggles off?
No.
RJ was going with no goggles, or someone was with no goggles.
He must have pulled all of his.
I heard Phil was with no goggles, and maybe RJ or something.
Yeah, maybe he pulled all of his tear off somehow. I don't know.
What your starts though? What was that? What's up with the tall starting blocks? Are those them? Are those they work?
I mean, for me, it's
Second motos they seem to work.
as consistent as it's gotten. Yeah, I know.
Do you use them to push off?
No, I just use it because they're not prepping at certain tracks. They're not prepping after
High
the
point
gate.
was gnarly, right?
Yeah. So like high point, I whole shot it by
Yeah, that
a
second
ways
moto was.
because my feet are already up. So when it's a super long rut, it's super easy.
Do you ever get off balance at all when you let go of the?
No.
You keep your feet on every time.
Yeah.
Why don't more guys do that?
I don't know. I think it's just like
Like I see Volan has done it now.
Volan does it.
I thought Vial would do it, but he uses the smaller ones.
Yeah, he uses one small one and he has 1 foot up.
Yeah,
But,
that's such a Euro thing.
Yeah.
I wonder
dude,
why we don't do that.
I don't know. He's pretty damn good at starts. Did you see his start?
I saw his start second moto. He pushes off.
Yeah.
He pushed off. Were you next to him?
Yes.
Dude.
How bad did he make me look?
Yeah.
Well, it confused me. That's kind of why my start was so bad was like, if you watch his elbow, like he's going before the gate drops. I don't know how he did
literally
it.
timed it
Yeah.
perfect. But he pushes off his thing.
And he like leans all for, yeah. It
I mean,
confused me
That was kind of the place for him to do that.
to do that. Yeah, that's true.
But bro, Justin almost.
Yeah, J. Coop, poor
Took
guy.
that away
I
from
feel
him.
like he's probably bummed now because I feel like, where was it? Not High Point. There was a day or a race. There's like been 2 times now where I feel like he probably should have went 1-1. Oh,
Yeah.
Thunder Valley.
Yeah.
Like he
His-
was the best guy that day, and yesterday he
Yeah.
was probably the best guy.
You think he was? He was strong until he fell first moto.
Yeah,
I think he would have went 1, and then who knows.
yeah,
But I think everyone got tired. Did you hit a wall too at some point?
dude. Like
I mean, it's safe to say. I think
I think everybody did,
it doesn't matter how fit you are.
but it's always embarrassing. Like
Saying that
Just
you get
when-
tired.
yeah, just when you
Yeah.
think you're like an animal, you know, like that second moto, I was really good until I fell, and
Yeah.
then like you almost feel like when I was out there, I was like, I hope nobody's watching me back, because I mean I'm sitting down through the turns.
Oh,
Like,
dude, same thing. Last year,
so
I was
bad.
flopping like a fish, dude. First moto, I'm like, oh, we're good. I got third. I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Second moto, I was up front, and all of a sudden, like, I couldn't see straight.
Yeah.
And then I read that, like, Adam he went straight to the asterisk thing to
Yeah,
get
I just seen that passed out or whatever. Yeah,
I'm like, bro, that's exactly how I felt. Was it humid?
it was very humid and it
Okay,
was
so
hot.
like this.
Yeah, no,
Here
it
in
was similar
Florida?
to this. It's hot.
Damn.
Yeah, Dax was pretty messed up too, because like
Oh, yeah. I didn't
he
even,
came back and he had goosebumps and he was shivering. I'm like,
Seeing
dude,
double?
that's like heat exhaustion for
what did
sure.
Bobby say to him?
I don't even remember. I don't know.
What's the so obviously you're the second guest on now, but Hayden was first. What are the vibes like with homies got like the fans out front? Do you just look the other way? I mean, I know a lot of the fans are there for you too, but it's like,
Not really though. I mean,
do you guys just like almost ignore it in a way?
yeah,
And just
I
used to
feel
it now?
bad kind of because like when you go out there, they're like screaming.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously they scream for Hayden more than me, but even me, they're like, you know, trying to say my name, trying to say my name. But we're more cooped up in the semi than we ever have been. Just
because of that?
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, that seems banana. Like each race I've been to, I'm just like, geez, stay away. Swan probably loves that.
Swan likes it?
I'm
oh,
kidding.
yeah, no. He's definitely not. Even Bobby doesn't. I mean, he likes it, but, you know, he'll, like, pull Hayden in, like, hey, quit.
Yeah.
You got to focus.
Dude, I was thinking about, like, topics or stuff to talk about on here. And I know you almost came out of nowhere, and everyone kind of knows your last year in amateurs, but before that, like, I never really even talked to you about your story. Like, I know you're from Washougal, Washington. You're almost like a late bloomer, kind of like me in a way.
Oh,
obviously,
for sure.
like, you've accomplished way more this early. But, like, what got you into riding in the first place? Did your dad ride?
Yeah, my dad rode, and then, yeah, he just got me a bike
And you
when I was
always
young.
you said you lived close to Washougal. Did you always live there?
Yep.
So did you grow up going to Washougal then?
Yeah, that was, like, the first place I rode.
Really?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you just weren't in a big amateur scene, right?
No.
For a while. Would
No,
you just
I was-
local?
Well, no, I was into the amateurs. It's kind of hard to explain. Like, 50s, I tried out, or I did Loretta's.
Yeah.
Made it actually on a P-dub, like, my first year trying, broke my leg, so I didn't go. And then 50s, like, Cobras, I went, got, like, 8th my first year, which wasn't bad. 65s, I quit.
Who was the guys that were always in your class? Like, who was
So
always winning?
Robertson always won.
Okay, he was always the dominant one.
Oh, yeah. Robertson.
You were just ahead of, like, Ryder D.
Yeah, a
right?
couple years. Yeah. It was, like, Robertson, Kobush.
Yeah.
Who else was really good then? I mean, Marchbanks, like, it was, like, that era.
Okay. But, yeah, I just remember, like, obviously right before you got the star ride, you went 6-0 at Loretta's, and that's where you kind of popped on the scene.
Yeah.
And then you came to Star was when I was on the team, and
Well,
obviously
you were on a Honda.
at that time.
Remember? Because so I first met you.
Oh, yes.
You were starting to work with Swan because
Yes.
we all knew you were going there.
Yeah.
And you were on a Honda, and I was out there in Cali riding a Star bike, but still had moose gear and everything.
Yes, moose gear over the chest protector. Mm-hmm. Like under chest pro, but it was over with the sticker on the back. You never forget that. You're still running it.
Yeah.
But now you're actually running a proper one, so that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then you did that. The 6-0 obviously opened up some people's eyes, and then signed the deal. Well, did you sign like a 1-year deal at first, and then, or was it a 3-4 year deal?
No, it was well, what a lot of people don't know is when I won Loretta's, I was talking to.
Yeah. You told me you had options. I remember this.
Really, I was going to Geico. Was
Yeah.
what I wanted to do. So that was pretty much all lined out because I was with K-Dub then.
Yeah.
And then like a month later, he called me. He's like, "Hey, the team's folding, basically."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Well, shoot, like I'm screwed." So at that time, Star was kind of toying with me, like they didn't really know what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then I went and won everything at Mini O's, and then that's when they
Bobby just
called me.
threw that contract in your face.
Yeah, and it was a 1-year amateur, 2-year pro.
Okay, so you're still on that kind of deal right now?
I'm still on that same contract.
That 3-year deal?
Yeah, it's up at the end of the year.
Yeah, I know that this is kind of your contract year with the team, and you've obviously have been putting in the results, so I wouldn't worry about that. But yeah, I think your rookie year got cut off pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
Was it second round Supercross?
Second round of Supercross, and then 5th round outdoors.
Yeah, literally early on. You podiumed at Colorado, and then
Podium Colorado, didn't do good at High Point, but then Southwick last year did well. I got 4th, and then I broke my wrist. Basically, what would be tomorrow last year.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you were
'Cause
out the rest of the year?
Yeah, it was muddy.
Yes. And then I remember you started coming back right at the end, right?
Yep.
Did you make any of the last rounds?
No. You guys were still riding. How did it work?
I remember this now.
Yeah, you guys
started-
were actually getting on Supercross. No,
No.
I was riding outdoors while you guys were racing. Oh no, I did. What am I thinking? I tried to race Ironman last year, and I couldn't hold on.
That's what
I
it
did
was.
the first moto and I DNF'd.
Because I remember you riding at the farm and your wrist was not ready.
Not good.
You tried to come back too soon.
Yeah,
and I'm
way
like,
too soon.
dude, don't push it.
Yeah.
Like, you're fine, chill. But what are the vibes like at the farm right now? I know the locker, you took over my locker.
Yeah, I got
My
your spot.
spot?
I got your spot.
So, I mean,
Well, you moved your fridge out. I moved mine
Yeah.
in. I took your spot.
you took my locker, right?
Yeah.
My locker?
Yeah.
Did I leave anything good in there?
No, you didn't leave anything.
No?
No.
Are the boy, you're still right next to the toilets though, so you get to
Yeah.
watch everyone just.
Well, nobody. You're the only person I've ever seen that actually will go to the bathroom in front of everybody.
What do you mean, Romano?
No, none of them.
Oh man.
No.
What are the vibes like there now? Do people miss me?
I think
Am I talked about anymore out
I
there?
mean,
I'm just
not
like a
re-
ghost.
not
Am I a
really.
ghost out there right now?
dude, I feel like nobody is talked about once they're gone. Like, I don't know. Your positivity is missed for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I keep everyone's spirits up, right?
Well, yeah, you were always really positive, no matter how because people come in, they're like, if the track's not perfect or what, you know how it is. So
Yeah.
you were always good about that.
I was talking to Dylan. I'm like, did you ever take a locker? He's like, nah, not yet. He just likes to gut it out in the heat.
Yeah, he doesn't like to.
Come on, dude. Like, we know you're tough, but
Well, I just don't think he's like he wants to be.
he doesn't want to bro down either.
No,
Huh?
he doesn't.
He's not about that life. But obviously, like a lot. Well, I guess there's 3 of you, but a lot of the team's hurt. Styles is on the way back, right?
Yeah, he'll
Is
be
he
back next weekend.
soon.
Or wait, yeah, this coming weekend, I think.
He's coming back that fast.
Yeah, is this weekend Millville? The next
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
And then, have you ever raced Mobile?
Nope. It's the one track
That
I've
one's
never been.
fun.
Is it?
Yeah, you like the hill.
What's it like? Like if you had to compare it, dirt wise,
Gosh, it's got a hard base.
really?
Sandy on top, hard base. So it's a little slippery. Like, you
GPF?
want to run a paddle? Yes.
Really?
GPF to the T.
Okay.
You want to run a paddle, but then you go to lean and it just slides.
All right.
But yeah, you got your first Supercross win. I wanted to ask you about that because first one's obviously like special. I got mine hanging up over there.
Yeah.
That one, that was sick because I was on the line watching that. I think I was one of the first ones to like get to
rode
you.
over to you. Yeah.
Yeah, you were riding to the podium after, and I knew it was a Triple Crown. I knew you were you got the overall, and you obviously knew it, right?
Yeah.
All you had to do was beat who in the third.
I don't even remember.
Race,
I just had to get.
a certain place, right?
I had to just finish behind Jet.
Yeah. So you knew you had it, and yeah, what were those like emotions like? It was. I love
dude,
that feeling.
it's
I get
weird.
chills just thinking about it.
It's weird because your first win was like start to finish. I mean, a
Yes.
main event win.
Triple Crown's different, right?
Yeah, I honestly like. I don't know. I'm probably gonna sound like ungrateful saying this, but I wasn't very.
It hits different.
Yeah,
I guess
no,
I've never won a Triple Crown.
It wasn't very.
Like, I've won Triple Crown mains, but not overall.
Yeah, it was okay, but like when you come around and the flames had already gone off for Jet,
Yeah.
then I
It's
just
a
hit the
different
finish line
feeling.
and I'm just like, yay!
But like holding the trophy up
Holding the trophy's nice.
or
I mean,
having that trophy.
yeah. Especially when it's unexpected. I guess like. Well, because before that I wasn't doing anything. Like I didn't do very well. I don't even remember what I was getting.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere in a way, right?
Yeah. And all it was,
Well,
I just started up front finally.
Your speed's always been there. It's just putting it together.
Yeah.
And it's finally like it finally is coming together. You
Yeah.
almost won Denver. Like,
Yeah, that one was close.
did you get tired in that one or tight?
No, what happened was
RJ just sends it, dude.
oh dude, he digs. And I knew he would, but
You
kind
have
of
to
what happened
expect
was when I got into lappers, I started looking over my shoulder.
You're
And
right
I stopped
behind you.
doing that. I don't know if you remember at Denver, but I was like the only 250 going over table 3-3 in that one rhythm.
Where Eli.
Yes, where
did
Eli
the same
Torres,
goal.
yeah. And I missed it like 3 laps in a row, and he caught me.
it
Because when
didn't
I would
show
miss,
that.
when I would miss the over, I'd have to go 2-2. You know, like
Yeah.
I would do the over, but I didn't like commit
So
to
you'd
the
miss
3.
it. Where was RJ going on off?
He was just sticking an on-off 3. Yeah.
So that's kind of where he would eat you up. But yeah, close there. How many other podiums? You go podium the last round.
Yeah, that
What-
was honestly, I was more proud of that,
That was sick.
than like any other ones.
And
just
you won?
'cause-
Did you win the heat race?
Yeah, that dude. I thought I was
Won the
gonna
heat
win
race,
that night.
Which is, dude, winning a heat race in the East-West shootout is huge.
Yeah.
It's basically winning a main event
Yeah,
with 6 minutes instead of 15.
it's funny because I was on the line. I seen Hayden won his heat
Yeah.
in there, and I was like,
Didn't it just start raining too?
Yeah, and then mine, it started raining, and I was like,
ice.
shoot, yeah. And I was pissed because then we lined up for the main, and it started raining more.
Yes.
And I had just like, I mean,
you guys sit there for at least an hour watching the rain, so you
Yeah.
don't know how the track turns into.
and I mean, I won the heat like convincingly. So I
Yeah.
was like, this is my night. Like,
Yeah.
I can win tonight. And then it started raining, and like, then you just take what you can get. I think I started in 4th and moved up, and then
Yeah.
RJ and Jet just kind of rode it in.
Is there a when you're like on the gate, what do you tell yourself? Are you pretty like do you do the same stuff every time?
I do the same stuff with my gloves every time.
Okay. So
I'm
is
a
that
pretty
something
superstitious person.
is that same?
Yeah.
Is that something that gets you like, all right, it's time to go?
Yeah, but I need to find something that's like,
Do you have any words that you say to yourself that get you almost like it? Like I have
I say
something
some
that
bad words. Yeah. No, I do. I'm like, let's
yeah.
go. Like I do that a few times in my head, and I always take 3 super deep breaths. So
Right before?
when the card goes
Yeah.
up, I'll do this stuff with my gloves, and then when I know he's about to tell her to turn it sideways, I'll like take my first breath, and then my second, and then
Really?
it goes sideways, and I take my third, and then I look down at the gate.
Do you ever miss that? And like
Yeah,
you miss it, you're like, oh shoot, I missed this.
yeah.
And then it goes
But it ends
off.
up.
It's fine, right?
But yeah, you're fine. That's the thing.
But
Like,
right away, you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Like I always have to give whoever my mechanic is, I have to give him a fist bump.
yeah,
Duff was like, he got told to move too quick. And so I look back and no one was there. And I'm like, who do I give a fist bump to, dude?
Yeah.
Like I freaked out and I'm like, oh no, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah.
And you have to go. But it's always interesting because like especially in Supercross, the nerves,
oh, they're bad.
sitting in the tunnel, there's like you can't get that feeling anywhere else.
No, outdoors is so
Relaxed.
Like, yeah, there's
You're
nothing.
so much chiller. The
Yeah.
only thing is in practice, I'm always like questioning myself.
Yes, I'm bad, and it shows.
Especially
like,
at Southwick. B practice.
oh yeah, like because you think somebody's gonna.
Yeah, what if you're going through your head, you're like, am I going to make it in?
Yeah.
Because 20 from the B practice are locals.
Yeah.
They're
And
going to
they
get
rip.
in. Yeah, and the track's smooth. But I always, after that first practice at outdoors, something clicks and you're like, okay, I belong here.
Yeah,
And
first practice for me always I don't like because the track's always overwatered. I mean,
Yeah.
they have to.
Everyone's trying to send it.
I hate it. Like I'm
Yeah.
not willing to send it. And then as the day goes on, like I almost wish there was a moto after the second moto. Like that's when I like the track the best.
It's
And
when you come alive.
yeah, every time.
That's more of like your style too, though. I feel
Yeah.
you're more technical.
Yeah, the rougher, like it has to be rough. Like it has to be really rough.
You're able to pick it apart more.
Yeah.
Like, whose style did you try to mimic growing up? Was there anybody's you looked at and was like, I want to ride like him?
Not really.
'Cause I
no.
feel you have a BMX type style where you're
Yeah.
always like controlling the rear,
Yeah.
using your legs everywhere. You're taller on the bike. You kind of have one of a kind style.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I
it's
don't.
good too. It's smooth, but
There's
I
some stuff I want to work on for sure. That's like, I think holds me back a little bit, but, yeah, for the most part. I mean, now like when I do try to ride, I try to ride like RV, like as much as I can. Like I like to steer
control
with
the rear.
but he was so good at it with everybody's like on the, ride with both feet on the pegs and stuff. If you go back and watch RV, he was already doing that,
Yeah,
steering with the rear, like flat tracking and stuff. He was unreal.
he's so good at that.
Yeah.
I don't know how he
So-
does that. I don't steer with my rear at all.
Yeah.
I trust too much with the front.
Yeah. Yeah,
And-
I pretty much just steer with my rear. I like a front end that doesn't, I don't even feel anything in my front end. Like
Yeah.
I run the softest
In the front?
in the front. Like
Really?
I run like the softest
Do you
bar
bottom
mounts.
out ever?
Um,
Like, do you ever clunk
Not-
if you barely overjump something? No?
Not really. I don't mean I run a soft fork, but I run
No.
like in my hands. I don't want to feel anything. My front end can be getting head shake, but I don't want to feel it. Like if that makes sense.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Redbud. Last lap, you kind of got head shake through the rollers before the finish. It showed
Yes.
on TV.
Yeah.
That thing almost bit you.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is he doing?
Well, it's because I let up. Of
Yeah,
course.
you let
Like,
up, but that thing twitched. If you go back and watch, it shows him to like, you're chilling, you're just rolling, and all of a sudden your front end goes, "Duh," and I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
That thing could have got you. Do you imagine that? Oof. Dude, how sick is that feeling though? I've never won a moto, and you've won two? Yeah,
Two,
Colorado,
yeah.
you won. First one, that was sick. Out of nowhere. That
one was
unreal.
like really cool. Yeah.
Because at first you're like, yeah, I'm leading. I've led motos, but I've known deep down, I'm like, all right.
Somebody's coming.
Yeah. All right. Is Tomac coming, you know, or who's coming? Chase. And you get that gap. And then what was the difference between your first moto and then say like Redbud last week? Was there a difference like in your head?
Yeah. Well, I mean, when at Colorado, when I had Jet behind me, I'm like, this is a bad dude. I mean, Hayden's obviously riding great too, but I ride with him every day. So I don't know. The one at Colorado was definitely like
Harder.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The one at Redbud was pretty like.
You broke a gap pretty early on, and then you just managed it.
That's
right?
all I did. Like I probably pushed in that moto at Redbud for like 10 or 15 minutes,
No
and
way.
then, I just always watched for somebody else to. I noticed I was like, all right, Hayden's chilling now. So then
you knew he checked back, and then you would see behind him who it was, right?
Yeah, and Vial was going pretty good,
Yeah.
but yeah, I got the gap up to like 12 seconds, I want to say, and then I just kind of, I think it went
That's
down
like
to
the
like
best
8.
feeling, huh?
Oh, it was so nice.
You literally just clicking off your laps.
Yeah.
Just focusing on the pit board.
Yeah, exactly. And when I'm in I never read the pit board. Like Southwick this weekend, I don't think I read the pit board once.
Really?
Well, because
that's a sketchy spot too.
The spot's terrible.
Dropping down, front end's twitching. Oof.
Yeah. Oh.
But yeah, I've never had that, obviously, from start to finish. You pretty much were start to finish. And I was like, that's got to be the sickest feeling ever.
Yeah. No, it is.
Clicking off those laps and just doing that. And like telling yourself, like, it's 30 minutes is a long time. Yeah. And then winning a main event Supercross is gnarly too, but it's half the time. So much stuff goes through your head.
Yeah, I would say though, like, because it'll happen. Like when you lead an outdoor, I don't know if you just get into the right. I mean, I could see how it could totally go bad, like where you start thinking behind you.
Yeah.
But every time I've ever been in the lead in an outdoor, it's like really. It's like supernatural.
It's natural for you.
I don't know why.
It's just
Supercross, complete opposite for me.
Really?
I'm like, who's gonna pass?
Freaking
Where
out.
am I gonna crash? Is basically.
Well, then the crowd too.
Yeah.
Because you hear any sort of movement, like someone takes someone out.
Yeah.
You hear it and you're like, oh no, what did I do?
Yeah.
And you look back, you're like, who's on me?
Who's on me? Yeah.
But you still got a 10-second lead. You're like, what's going on?
Dude, the funniest thing with crowds was at Redbud. In that second moto, I'm out front and Hayden early on was close to me.
Yeah.
And you know, like the Talladega turn at Redbud, and then you drop down.
Yeah.
So coming up to that, like you're kind of turning in those rollers, and the fence is just lined with people. People are screaming like pumped as I come by, and I'm like this is a good feeling. Like people are stoked on me. And then I didn't realize, but
it was for Hayden.
Like 4 laps later, when I got a gap, it was just
silent.
Dead quiet. The whole rest of the moto was just dead silence.
I bet if you looked at some of those guys that are flipping you off,
yeah, probably
they're like, let him go by.
Yeah.
He's winning. It's funny the stuff you notice when you're out there. It's so natural to us, but to the person on the sidelines, they're probably like, damn, like he really thinks that stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's why I wanted to see like what you do before the gate, because that's always my make or break, I feel, for me.
Yeah. What do you do?
I mean, I'm obviously superstitious with like the time I put on my goggles. I don't put my goggles on until 30-second board's up. Wow. Is that you think that's tight? Like the
no.
timing?
30-second board's up.
As soon as you know how he points, and then puts the thing up, then I put my goggles on.
Then you put your goggles on.
And then after that, I'm pretty locked in. But before that, like the staging area, picking your gate, sitting there before the gate, especially in Supercross, the nerves are like positive, negative, positive, negative. And I always want to like see the guys that I used to race or I race, if they have those same feelings.
Yeah. I wish a lot of the things I think me and you are similar actually in the mental side of things. We're probably not the greatest.
No.
I think we
I feel we
underestimate ourselves a lot
yes.
and overthink stuff.
Overthink and doubt ourselves.
We doubt ourselves a lot.
But then we'll go and put in a good result and people are like, "Oh, here we go." You know, that should transcend us, but
for
you
some
still
reason
you can go 1-1 and the next week and you line up and you're like, "Am I going to qualify?"
Yeah, no, that's how I am. Like
It's
I
wild, huh?
and it makes me so mad. I just don't know how to, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's because I always expect more of myself, or I don't know why that is. But
Maybe it's because the way we grew up, like we weren't dominant amateurs in a way
yeah,
that we never saw ourselves. Like
That's
I never
true.
saw myself being a champion.
yeah,
And so it was so hard for me to get that
to get it, yeah.
in my head that I was like, "Oh, I do belong here."
Where yeah, if you're one of those kids who won since day one, you're like, all right,
It's
this
so
is what you
normal.
expect. It's just normal. Yeah.
And then I feel like when you don't do that for them, it's hard.
Yeah.
So like that's what's hard for us.
Yeah.
But I feel you're one of the very few that don't have a lot of ego, and it's really hard not to have an ego in this sport or kind of be cocky in a way and kind of just put that away. But literally, if you you go each person that is next to you on the gate, they're gonna have nothing bad to say about you. You know, like you don't have a dirty riding style. You don't come off as a dickhead.
Yeah. No, I would.
Is that how you've always been? Just like a humble?
Sure. And it's funny you mentioned that because I go back and I watch. Like sometimes I wish I was a little bit more,
Cocky.
Or just like
in a way.
Confident. Yeah. Like I listen to interviews and I'll realize like I'll compliment other riders all the time.
Same.
Like I'll get done with like at a press conference and I'll be like, oh, this guy was riding super good tonight.
Yeah.
Or this guy was just a little bit better tonight. Which you talk to certain people and that, they're going to tell you that's not what you should be saying. But I don't know.
It's such a mindset for us.
It is. But I just never want to be like, I look at it like you can make so much. I mean, obviously you want to win and, do all that good stuff. But there's people that have won and, there's people that have been a second, third place guy and just been really genuine in the sport and they do really well in life. And
yeah. I feel you don't, not in a bad way, but this isn't your, like, you have a life outside of moto too. Yeah. Like you like to fish and do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where people just pour, like, obviously you want to be a champion, you want to win, but it doesn't, if you do get beat or you have a bad result, you get over it pretty quickly and move on, where some people get stuck.
Yeah. And which I think if I was somebody that got stuck, just the way that I am, like that's how if you notice, like you look at my results, I can get 9th and then I'll go win a moto. And like that just shows that I don't get stuck in a hole. Like, I don't know how to explain
What do you think will get you to be more like,
not
consistent because you're fast enough.
Yeah.
What do you think is missing to get you to to have that red plate? What do you, for next year, obviously you're going to be a title favorite.
Yeah.
You're going to be the one that they're going to be talking about and pushing and be like, okay, this guy, he's won. He's going to be expected to win again.
Yeah.
What's going to get you to hold the red plate up?
I think
do you have goals in your mind?
Yeah, honestly, it's the first 3 rounds of both series is like where I need to. I mean, you could still be in it if you don't, but especially with Supercross,
it sets the tone.
The way I want to picture it in my head is I need to be on the podium every single race, at the beginning, or at least, or come out and win, because you can't, in the position I'm in now. I mean, with Hunter's bike breaking, it kind of changed some stuff, but
it's a long shot.
I'm 38 points down, and we're halfway.
And where did these bad motos come from? Because I feel like you've been up front so much.
I know. It's
obviously Southwick wasn't the greatest, but
it still wasn't.
What were these motos that? Did you have a DNF somewhere?
No, Hangtown. It's been. The problem was it's just you don't get many points. An easy way to make points is even if you went 9-2 on a day, you're gonna make some good points.
Yeah.
those first few rounds, like Paula was like a 8-9, and then Hangtown was like a 7-9.
He lost so much
Yeah,
right there.
and then Colorado was a 5-2, and then High Point was a 12-4. So like you lose. Yeah, I'm just.
A 12-4 crashed, right?
Yeah, I crashed twice in that first moto. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to think of, like, what are you gonna do different? That, I mean, you don't need to give away your secrets or anything, but to hold that number one plate up, like I have a whiteboard upstairs that have my goals
Yeah.
and the stuff I needed to do to have that number one plate. And I've said it before, like I have the number one plate, and then I have the things around there that I feel I need to do. And if I can accomplish those things around, you'll get that number one plate. And I was able to manifest it. But I'm just trying to say, because you have enough talent, enough speed, you're on the right team. Why can't you hold that number one plate up? Or,
Yeah, I mean, that's a great question.
why couldn't you this year? I know Jet is obviously fast and hard to deal with,
Yeah.
but it's such, like, how old are you right now?
22.
Yeah, I mean, you're still young, and man, 22, I was young and dumb and didn't listen to anybody.
Yeah.
So I feel like you're ahead of the game on that part. You put in the work.
It's hard to, I mean, Hayden's kind of proving it wrong, and I mean, there's been people that have, but Hayden and his dad have a good dynamic, and like they're very smart about things. I think Brian knows a lot more than even people think he does.
Yeah.
Just how to.
Well, I feel like they're always willing to try new stuff too.
Yeah, they are, which is good.
He'll come in with a different mindset every time, where we'll get stuck in a rut.
Yeah.
We'll be like, oh, this worked 2 years ago. Let's stick to it.
Let's stick to it.
Put on my goggles the same way.
Yeah.
Say my same stuff. Well, Hayden will be like, all right, Southwick, whatever I did there didn't work. Let's try something brand new at Millville and see if it works.
Yeah.
So I feel like me and you have similar mindsets.
Yeah.
Where it's hard to break that barrier.
Exactly.
But I mean, it took me till I was 30 to realize that, and hopefully it doesn't take you that long. But
and that's what I'm saying. It's like the experience side of things is.
Yeah.
If you look back at past champions, like pretty regularly, it's about people's third season. Like third full season is about when they're a title contender.
When they come alive, they either step up or
they just stay where they're at.
Yeah.
So next year will be.
It's not a make or break for you, because obviously, I think the point out rule's gone, so you don't have to worry about that.
But either way, like my goal in racing would be to do 2 more years of the 250 class and become a champion, and then move up. That way, I'm on.
You want to be 450 pretty quick.
Yeah, I would like. I think I'll ride a 450 really well.
Yeah.
And I'd like to be on a 450 by the time I'm like 25.
Dude, that 450 class is gnarly.
Oh, yeah.
You think I came in with high hopes or not? Ooh, your boy came in hot.
I see you down at A1 in the whoops. I'm like,
I lawn darted, and after that, never the same.
Yeah. Like, this guy does not crash in the whoops.
Dude, I left my confidence in that whoop section right there. It's because I try to jump the whoops. Don't jump the whoops.
Dude, I tried jumping them at A2, the Triple Crown night that I won.
Oh, yeah.
In qualifying, like I don't even know how I won that night. That's like a good example.
I'm trying to think of the whoops there.
It was
those were sketchy. They're slippery.
left little double, and then
McAdoo's hand blew off there.
Yes. So on a roll lap in qualifying, I come around and I'm like, I'm not gonna go around him, so I double, and then I go to triple out Indo, fully over the bars, yard sail.
Never I didn't see that one,
in, dude. It was
no one got that one on video.
It was so embarrassing, bro. And I come back, I'm all beat up. But that's another thing I wanted to mention. It seems like every time something goes wrong for me is a good weekend for me. Like,
really?
Like eating shit a couple times in qualifying almost makes a good weekend for me. And then
it takes like your thought process out.
Yes.
And you're like, well, F it, let's go.
Yeah.
We'll just do the best we can.
Yeah.
That's when some of the best results come out, right?
Yeah, I don't know why that is. Like, I mean, what was a good example? Colorado, my rental car got towed Friday night, and it was just a shit show. Yeah, this year.
Well, where'd you park?
And I parked across the street in this little like.
Did it say no parking?
No, so every other spot next to it did, but this one didn't say anything. And me and Brooke go get dinner, and we come back over to the car, and she's like, Levi, where's the car? Did you leave the keys
It
in
was
it?
gone?
It was gone. Like, we didn't even know it got towed.
No way.
And I was like, it was right here. And she's like, did you leave the... Because I always leave the keys in the car on accident.
Same.
And she's like, did it get stolen? I'm like, no, it didn't get stolen. I have the keys right here. And she looks up at the sign, and she's like, it got towed. So we rode a bird scooter 35 minutes, doubled up on this bird scooter to the tow yard, and went and got it. And it was so sketchy, dude. We went through this neighborhood. Like, I thought we were going to get shot. Yeah, this was in Denver.
The Friday before.
Like, you know, like, this isn't what you want to be doing the Friday before, dealing with this. And then, yeah, sure enough, like, we get the rental car back, go to bed, and I wake up, I ride good. It's weird. But
it's little things like that. But at the time, you're probably like, gosh, my day's ruined. Like,
yeah.
Tomorrow's going to even suck even worse now.
Yeah.
But then it obviously flip-flops.
I have a question for you. Are you like, bringing that into it, are you a super... I mean, I think everybody is in this sport, but do you stress out a lot about certain things? Like, if I'm bad even about, you know, if something's keeping me up, or I'm like super like,
do you hold stuff in too? You don't talk?
I need to go to bed, like, or I need to, whatever the case is. Like, I stress a lot. Like, I'll think 3 days ahead about something.
Yeah. Especially my championship year, I was a mess.
Really?
You wouldn't know on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
But if I didn't do my breathing exercises every night and I missed one, it was like, oh no.
Yeah.
This weekend's going to suck. And that was a Monday. Wow. You know? It's little things like that. But I win A1. And so I think back to that week and I'm like, all right, what'd I do?
Yeah.
Let's do that again.
Yeah.
You know? And
when in reality, like, that's me and you, back to the overthinking. Whether you believe it or not, or whether you want to hear it or not, you could have, like, different people's mindset. You could have just went about and just rode your dirt bike every weekend and you would have won. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's what people say to you.
Yeah. But
like,
for us, it's like so hard to comprehend. Like,
to even get to that Friday before, and then stuff shifts, and then Saturday you have to wake up. I got to get my Starbucks. Things got to click your way, and sometimes they don't. But that's something I had to learn, and like, especially this year, I had to like just try new stuff each week and just like get out of my comfort zone and see if I had to test stuff I didn't like, retest it on the bike and be like, all right, do I like this now? But
I've done that a lot this year, and it's like scary.
Retry stuff that you've almost didn't like before.
Well, that, or even just, I mean, I showed up to Paula with my last year's settings, and I'm 20 pounds heavier than I was last year.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess you were pretty skinny last year.
So
Swanee put some weight on
on
you. What are you, 150 now?
Like 160, 165.
Big boy.
Yeah. Bike's getting slower.
So now,
bigger.
Maybe that's the start thing.
Yeah, maybe.
So now you had to change your bike.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Yeah. And like, I didn't want to. I'm like one of those who just is like, if it, like you said, if it works, I'm like scared to change it.
Yeah.
And
they talk to you and they're like, hey, just try this.
Well, because I went to Paula and I was like, dude, this thing is not good. And I was bottoming out everywhere. Like, it was bad. And
Are you good at telling them what you want though?
I think so.
Because I'm terrible at that.
Really?
I feel like whatever I tell them, they almost comprehend it a different way, and then it goes the opposite. So then I'm like, oh, just go back. Yeah. Just go back.
See, I'm glad. Like, I haven't had an instance where I've said something and it's felt like I don't think I've went the wrong way.
Do you know what settings mean? Like though, rebound, compression. You do?
Yeah.
I still don't.
Oh, really?
They're like, hey, you want to go in 2 on the compression? I'm like, sure.
Yeah. See,
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
Or like, I know lower the sag, raise the sag.
Yeah.
Drop the fork, raise the fork. Yeah. I don't know.
Like this weekend, my bike in the first moto was pretty bad.
Not good.
And it was just wallowing super bad, and I wasn't getting any drive.
Everyone's bike looked terrible.
Yeah. So I was just like, dude, make it ride the exact same, like as far as balance wise, but just stiffen everything, and it was a lot better the second moto.
But then you say it feels better that way, but then it works you harder because it's stiffer, so you have to manhandle it more.
That's the other thing.
Then you get tired faster, and then it's harder to ride.
Yeah.
Then you're sitting there double looking at 2 things because you're sort of tired.
Well, and that's where because I came back and I was like, the bike looked way better, and I was like I was kind of mad because back to your point, the first 10 minutes before I fell, I was ripping and the bike was good. But
Stuff
then
was
I fell
clicking.
and I was gassed and I was trying to ride at 80% and it was so bad.
You have to ride at 100,
yeah.
especially when you get stiffer. That's
Yeah.
why I'm always on the softer side, because the way we ride,
Yeah.
like the more finesse.
That's how I like it too, is a little softer. So I can just kind of ride around.
Yeah. So, yeah, back to, because I want to see you win a title too. Like, I'm obviously a fan of you. I've tried to help you out. Obviously, when I was at Star, I would give you some tips.
You helped me on the whoops.
Yeah, I was thinking when you were coming here, the day I caused you to break your scapula.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah. I mean, not to make it rude, or like,
it pretty much was me.
Yeah.
Because the track was wet.
Yeah.
They didn't prep the whoops,
I never like being, obviously you were, you still are. I mean, nobody's going to be as good as you in the whoops. So anyway, when you were out there, you were the only guy who was going through them.
Yeah. Everyone was going around him.
Everybody was going around him. Colt,
yeah.
Jacob might have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jacob was there. Everybody was going around him. And I'm like this young, dumb rookie. And I'm like, I'm not going to skip the whoops, Like, I don't want to get yelled at.
Yeah, because you skip the whoops too much, Swanee stands over there.
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah. And
you go around these one more time, you're going back to the
And
shop.
it was always like, it was hard because Swanee was like, don't skip the whoops. Then I would call Bobby and I'd get all upset. And Bobby's like, skip the whoops as long as you need.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to.
But I remember coming around and I'd see everyone running over there. I'm like, oh no.
Who is it? Yeah, you're probably like, who did it?
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, someone's laid out. And then we had to help you get back to your truck. So my brother or someone took you to the hospital, but I felt bad because, yeah, like you said, I was the only one hitting the whoops. They were sketchy and slippery, and it was just the stupidest fall.
Oh yeah, no, it was super dumb. I just came in,
just got a wheel spin.
Yeah, my back end just slid a little bit.
Yeah,
and really, if it would have just kept sliding, I would have just like slid out because I started going pretty slow by then. I tried.
And that was early on in the preseason,
it was my
right?
second week on Supercross.
Yeah, it was early. It sucks because at that time, I feel like you're like trying to learn, get better, and one of those things happens, and it's a restart.
It was, yeah.
That's kind of how I'm sitting right now. Even though I know where I belong, I'm sitting here with a cast on my arm, and I know everyone else is training and getting better. It's so hard to like keep your mindset right.
Yeah, no, it is hard.
Especially your rookie year to do that. Luckily, you didn't have to have surgery or anything, right? You kind of just...
No, yeah. It took like a couple months. Then I came back, had about a month.
Hurt. Yeah.
And then I...
See, that is what compounded to, I feel, you almost rush back.
Yeah.
Second round crash.
Yeah.
Stupid crash. Hurt again.
Yeah.
And that was a story of my career early on.
Yeah.
Rush back, not ready.
Yeah.
Jump in, just try to learn, eat shit.
Well, and that's what I've matured a lot as far as just mindset stuff. And I think I'm lacking this year a little bit. Like if you watch, I'm not... Like, my intensity isn't as quite as good as it, Like, last year, you could tell I was just a kid, like, that would send it. Like, I would come from 30th last year, every moto.
Yeah.
And would just send it. And, like, this year, because of, like, I'll use Hayden for a good example. Like, the way he's done it so far is so good for him. Mm-hmm. And, he's excelling so fast because he's, luckily he's been healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And as a rookie, you have like those setback after setback. And like now my mindset this year is like, if I'm an 8th at Southwick, like I'm taking my 8th. You know what I mean? Like until I just get a solid base going. And that's kind of my goal this year. Like
click off the races.
Click the races off, learn every track so that next year I can be like, I'm going to send it next year, like no doubt.
Just making it through a full season, even if it's the results aren't the best, is huge for your confidence. Like 2021, I made it through pretty much the whole season besides getting COVID and missing a race.
Yeah.
That just made me so much better for that next year.
Yeah.
Because you're in that race pace, and I've been off for so long that I know it's going to be.
It sucks because like it's mainly your physical. Like you never forget how to ride a dirt bike, but like your base, dude.
Oh. My first day back, my hands, I got no blisters anymore. Like, the feeling, you're just like, all right, here we go. Complete restart. And so I feel that kind of compounding, you're learning from that. So maybe that's kind of is where those results are coming from. You're taking these,
I just take what I can get on
Yeah.
days, unfortunately. Which
and that could be bad.
oh, it's definitely bad. Yeah.
Where you could push the envelope a little
Yeah.
more, maybe risk it.
Yeah. Well, like you see me, I'm in majority of the time on the opening lap. I don't gain any positions at all. If anything, like unless it's I'm way up front.
Yeah.
But like this weekend, I think I started like 10th and 11th in the motos, but I came around the finish line in 13th. And like those opening laps when people are all bunched up, I just don't have like the balls anymore to.
Really?
Yeah, because people are just, dude, you're.
You kind
hitting
of have like an
people
old
and-
soul.
Yeah.
People tell you that? You
Oh,
have
well, I
like an
mean-
old soul. Because you're into like, you're not into like the hype or
No.
the cool stuff.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
You're more like, all right, let's just go on my boat and go fishing.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where these things come from too. You're like,
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm good, man.
Yeah, sometimes I'm way too laid back.
A little too much, huh?
Yeah.
We need to get you some like something to get you hyped up on the
Something.
gate, man.
I know.
But yeah, it's what are we at? 45 minutes. But we have 5 questions in here. It's called Take 5.
Okay.
We're gonna do this. So you gotta just grab one. We're gonna do this 5 times in there. This papers. And I want you to answer. This is Paige's. It's called Paige's Take 5.
I'll grab the first one.
Take the first one. Read it.
Did she write these?
Yeah. So this is her idea. Just some stuff to talk about and learn. What's that one say?
What do you wish people knew about you? Is this for just me or both of us?
No, just for you.
Just for me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm trying to think too. I've kind of said it. He's an old soul that enjoys 90s music.
80s, 90s, all of it, dude.
What do you think people? I feel you don't like you have a YouTube channel, but it's not a priority really in your life. You kind of throw it out there and just do it just for whatever and for fun.
Yeah.
People like you don't show your home life as much, or
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I feel like I guess I could say
you live on your you've lived on your own for how long now? You know.
yeah, since I was 17.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think if there's anybody out there that's like nervous to come up to me or when they see me, I wish more people knew that I was like
Super down to earth.
super, yeah. Like, I mean, I definitely, if I ever came off like standoffish, that's not the type of person I am.
You don't come off like that. You come off as humble but quiet. So
Yeah.
I think that's what scare people.
Exactly.
They don't
Yeah.
know what to say.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
All right, what's the next one? That one's hard to answer.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I
You
get
can
that one.
Have several different answers. Okay. What is the best gift you've ever received?
It could be a physical thing. Could be. I don't think Hayden didn't grab that one, huh?
Best gift
Did he?
you've ever received?
I tried to shuffle those things.
Man, that's a tough one. There's so many, like, I couldn't put a, I don't know. I think most recently, my sister having a niece has been really cool. I mean, unfortunately, I don't ever get to see her.
Yeah.
In fact, it'll be almost a year since I've seen her, which sucks.
Don't you
but
already have a nephew or a niece?
I have a niece, but she's having
Oh, second one.
the second one, yeah. But no, when she had her,
Oh,
my
yeah.
niece, yeah, that was probably, like, that was cool for me. There's so many different things.
I feel
for me.
like what's cool about going off topic, but your family, dude, your family's so chill and laid
Yeah.
back. Every time your dad's at the race, I've never seen him yell. I've never seen him like go overboard. You think he's too chill in a way, or does he go behind the scenes and do that?
No, he doesn't either.
Does he pull you into the trailer?
No. He was never. All he ever cared about was just, if I put in 100% effort, that's all that he wanted. It was never. Yeah, he didn't.
He's such a laid back guy and
super laid
so
back.
chill and just easy to go along with.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember when I was in Tallahassee, I had my electrical go
Yeah.
out. I FaceTimed your dad, and he told me exactly what to get, dude. I was like, you saved me. I had no AC. It was hot as balls out there. And he's like, go get a battery for your generator. Put this in. You can get it at Walmart. And I'm like, boom, boom, boom. Why, dude?
Yeah.
Just saved me so much. But
Yeah, I'm thankful.
your
for my
family dynamic
for
is
sure.
huge.
Yeah.
And you're super close to him.
That's what I struggle with, like, in this industry and just probably most sports in general. But like, they kind of forget about your family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I wish I could go home more. I mean, you know how it is. Like Swanee's really.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's the whole team. I mean,
Yeah, it's.
You got to pull your way back and forth.
Yeah.
What makes you happy, and then what's going to make you better on a dirt bike.
Yeah.
So it's trying to find that happy medium, and you're on the other side of the United States.
Yeah. But that's the hard part is, like, I think some people don't understand that taking a weekend with your family is better for you on your dirt bike. For some people. You know, like, they're loosening up a little bit. Hayden gets to see, you know, he gets to do a little bit more. And I think it's overlooked. I think people, it depends on the type of person you are. If you're so mentally weak where you feel like, I just missed a Saturday road bike ride, I'm screwed.
I mean, that was kind of me.
Then you're screwed. I'm not that way. Like, I could go fish for a weekend and I'm like, I'm going to do better this weekend.
If I miss a bike ride or something, mentally, I just...
Yeah.
I just lost my fitness.
Yeah. If I just skip a bike ride and do absolutely nothing, then I'm like...
You feel like a piece of shit, kind of, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I know what you mean. Like, sometimes you need to take some days off, especially after like Southwick yesterday. Take a chill pill.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah.
Now you got to drive 4 hours home.
I'm making my parents drive for sure.
Wait, they're here?
Yeah.
Where are they at?
They're over at Brooks right now.
What?
They're hanging out. Yeah. They flew back
with you?
Yeah, they flew back and they're here this week to get
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, just help out and stuff.
Nice. All right, number 3.
What do we have here? Favorite fast food cheat meal?
I've seen you put back I mean, I did
Taco
too.
Bell?
I'm trying to think of where'd you always go? Nukes? Nobody knows about Nukes. It wasn't that bad either, huh?
Nukes isn't. Yeah. I would hope it's not bad because the whole team goes there about every day. No, I think my fast food cheat meal would be Taco Bell for sure.
Taco Bell?
Yeah.
Doritos Los Tacos?
Anything.
Or
bro.
Gordita Crunch or
Anything.
Crunchwrap Supreme?
Crunchwrap Supreme,
Oh, see,
bro.
I know the whole menu, dude.
But only what's funny is I won't have it in Florida, dude. I've had
heat,
it
maybe?
once. It's terrible.
Oh, the food.
The food's terrible. But California, bro.
Oof.
That was like
After
after a Supercross main and there's nothing open.
You know what my California main event cheat meal is? In-N-Out.
In-N-Out's good too. Yeah, if there's one around. Yeah.
But will you only do it if you have a decent night or a good night of racing?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, if not,
And if you have a bad night, you go and eat lettuce or like don't even eat it all.
I can sometimes not really eat it all. Yeah, I mean.
But do you have that same mentality too? Say you have a good result, you'll just go and splurge that night and the next day, and then
it's just like with anything. Like if I, if I won Southwick, like I would go
celebrate,
do something, like on the Sunday, or like if I do terrible on the weekend, like I'm not gonna golf the next day. Like I don't deserve to golf that day. That's kind of how I am. I used to not be that way. I'd just do whatever, but now it's
what would you do then if say you had a bad weekend? You just go sit at the house?
Yeah,
I feel like that hurts you more.
I know,
right?
And like
it's
back
hard
to that. It's hard to
get over that.
Yeah,
but you're good at that.
Yeah,
I hang on to stuff way too hard.
Yeah, you can definitely sit around and do nothing too much, and it hurts you for sure.
Like 2021. No, yeah, this COVID year, 2020 or 2021.
Yeah,
when I was battling with Colt for the title.
Yep.
Me and him had tied red plates. Last lap, me and Jet got into it. Remember at Indy?
I remember that before the whoops.
So I went from second to fourth, fifth, lost the red plate. I've never been in that position before. And I crossed that finish line and literally I felt my heart sink. And we were in a hotel because we raced 3 times in a week. Remember that?
Yep.
and I had my spin bike set up there. It was 11 o'clock at night. I put my phone down. I hopped on Zwift that same night and just went for an hour just to like try to get my, like Paige was sleeping in the bed right next to me, and we were obviously mad.
Yeah.
You know, she was disappointed in me because the
Yeah.
way I rode, like that was stupid.
Yeah.
And I was getting tons of hate from Jet fans.
Yeah.
So I just turned off my phone, deleted social media, hopped on Zwift, and I remember that night like so vivid. I was so pissed. But
Did it work?
what was I doing? Yeah, then 2 days later I won.
Yeah.
But it wasn't because I went on a spin bike.
Yeah.
But
it just gave your mind up.
what made me think, like, I got back and I was just so mad that I had to spin for an hour. Yeah. Like I literally Zwifted, and Swanee probably saw me upload it 11:30 at night. Like, what the hell's this kid doing, dude? Just got done with the main event. Yeah. But just something like that. I don't know why my mentality shifts into that, and I do hold on to things too much, and I'll take it out on the ones closest to me.
Yeah.
Like Paige gets the brunt of everything.
I know. Yeah.
If I get a bad result, dude, I don't blame it on her, but it's almost like I do.
Yeah.
Like she gets the shitty side of me.
Yeah.
But man, dirt bikes are freaking,
they're brutal.
So high and lows, man.
Yeah.
Like the year I had last year and then to this year, it's crazy. It's a total shift. So what was that, 3? Take good 2 more?
3.
This has been fun.
What are you most afraid of?
Ty, you can put your guard down. Nobody listens to this anyways.
What am I most afraid of? Just not meeting my expectations in life, and not even racing, just everything. Like, yeah.
I'm trying to
That's
think of
probably-
what that means. Like
Just
your career-wise, or
Career and like
expectations of what other people try to think of you, or what's in your head.
I really don't give a shit what other people think.
Yeah.
Of me, to be honest.
Yeah, you don't.
No, that's not a thing about me. Like, I really don't care.
Oh, that's what that sparked up another. Your first bike ride with us.
Oh, dude.
I had the same story with Hayden, his first bike ride with
Yeah.
us. Remember, we were just making fun of him.
Yeah. His was not as bad as mine, bro.
No, yours
Not even close.
I was saying Hayden had like hand-me-downs and stuff. This guy shows up with nothing. Homie doesn't even know how to shift the bike.
Yeah, I didn't know how to ride a road bike.
I feel like you trained, but you only train like on a dirt bike or
Yeah,
something.
I rode 5 days a week,
Yeah, so you got on the road bike. You're like, what is this thing?
and I would run. Like, I never rode bicycles.
You were a good runner.
Yeah.
You are a good runner.
Yeah,
But man, that one was hilarious. Your first couple of days were rough.
dude, so rough.
You were
I
in
remember gym. You guys take like
Yes.
35, 40 minutes. I was there for like an hour and 15.
Yeah, but then you were like, I'm just going to, Swanee, can I go earlier? And to knock it out while we were changing them. We knew it was just because you didn't want to hold this up.
Yeah,
But then I felt bad. I'm like, dude, just like join in.
yeah,
You would always knock it out like right after the bike ride or
yeah,
on your own time.
yeah.
Are you still like that or no?
Like slow?
Not
like that?
slow, but want to do it yourself.
I mean, no, I do it with everybody,
Yeah.
but I'm just that type of person. I like doing stuff on my own.
Yeah. You don't need to be with the group to like,
No, I actually enjoy being by myself.
yeah,
More.
to like wake up in the morning and say you have a 5-mile run on the schedule. You don't need.
I love that more than like.
You don't
let's
need
go
something.
cycle.
You don't need to go to someone's house
No.
and with a group. No. Yeah. I used to be like I needed something to get me fired up and go.
Yeah.
But I don't need that.
There's time. Like if I did it constantly, I'd be like, all right, I want to go on a road bike with some buddies. And,
yeah.
and
It
talk
does
and
get
hang out.
repetitive.
But then there's a lot of times where I'm just like, I'm very, and you were this way too. I think Nate's big time this way. He's like, you know, and J Coop's the polar opposite. Like we're in the locker room. J Coop will sit around for an hour in between a moto and like just let his whole day just, you know, like he doesn't care to get out of there. Like he's super slow and just like.
No, we got shit to do. I mean, he probably has stuff to do too, but
he just doesn't like think like that. Where Nate is big, like, let's go do our next session. And I've kind of turned it that same way. And I think you were a little bit that way too. Like,
well,
what
when
are we
Swanee
doing?
says 15 minutes, I mean,
Yeah.
people hated me because I would
you'd be
literally
like,
get out
"Let's go."
there and I'd be the first one to like, chill.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's knocking out your motos when you're supposed to do it.
See, and what's funny is I used to be
The
other
laid back
way.
one.
Well, yeah, but just because I think it's when you realize, like, now that I have a house, and before I was living in a motorhome, so I didn't want to go
Yeah.
home. But now when you have something to look forward to go home, like,
Yeah.
no
Well, I
matter
got
what it
3
is.
kids to come home
Yeah.
to, so I'm thinking about Paige.
Yeah.
Just
Helping out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I ain't got nothing to do here, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Where you're like, hey, day's over, let's go golf or
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get my riding done and then try to save some time for fishing or something.
Yeah. All right.
But
what was that one? Wait,
what
you
are
did
you
that
most
one?
afraid of? I pretty much answered it, right?
Did you? What
Yeah,
was it?
not meeting my expectations.
Yeah. We just got carried away there.
Yeah.
One more.
You trying to keep these like an hour?
Yeah. I mean, it don't matter if we ramble for 2.
I'm gonna skip this one. It says, "Do you have any superstitions?"
We kind of
We
talked
kinda
about it.
talked about that. Yeah.
We're mental cases, dude.
It's 5 years from today. What does your life look
Oh,
like?
this is what I was gonna ask you if you didn't get it.
5 years. It's probably not much different than it is now. I mean,
Other than trophies on
more
the wall.
money in the bank,
Yeah.
more trophies, and yeah, I don't know.
How long do you want to? Are you a guy that wants to get your wins and championships and get out, or do you see yourself racing for a long time?
No, I mean,
Hayden has like a number he wants to be done at, like 30 something.
really?
32,
See,
31.
I'd want to be done around. Well, it's hard to say
It's changing
because
now.
I know what it takes to, or like,
Yeah.
if I'm gonna put forth all my effort, like ideally would be to win and be done, right around 30, just before 30,
Yeah.
because by then I just know I'm gonna be kind of burnt out for sure. I mean, there's no doubt. But if it doesn't quite go to plan, then I don't know, just go as long as I
you love it, right?
as long as I love it.
Yeah.
And even when I say I'm done, like I could totally see myself being the kind of guy who's done at 28, 29. But, like Dungy, somebody gets a call and needs a fill-in guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably always going to ride a dirt bike. I mean, at least for fun, like, because I do, as you know, we don't really get the chance to go have
No.
fun or like play ride or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like that's still super fun to me. Like like trail riding and stuff like that, I enjoy. So,
And you don't know what you want to do after racing. Obviously, you want to have enough money in the bank to
be
retire.
done. I've always wanted to start a fly fishing guide company. I've always
It's
wanted
cool.
to be
You
a
have
guide.
something in the back of your head. So
Yeah.
a lot of people are like, I don't know. Just
Yeah.
let it see where it goes.
Yeah. No, I definitely want to. I want to have like property in Montana, probably.
I could see you off the grid.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably be kind of off the grid.
You grow a beard, no one recognize you.
Yeah. If I can, I'm trying, but it gets a little bald patch right here. Kind of pisses me off.
But dude, yeah.
What about yours?
I want to go until 5 years from now. Jeez. I don't know. I hope I have a couple more years of racing still.
Yeah.
I don't see it end anytime soon. People are like, you're 30? You're almost 32.
You still, yeah, that's crazy though. Like,
Dude, I love it too much.
Yeah.
And I've seen the other side of it. That's what these young guys like you don't see.
Dude, that's what scares me. Is I do actually like I'm smart enough to see that.
You see your dad working every day,
Yeah.
or your
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
And
And not
then
only
you look
that,
at
I've
your
also
life.
seen people that, I mean, it's just like with anybody who makes a lot of money and is successful in something and they're done so early.
Get bored.
I mean, they get very bored and things can go bad, Like,
When you lose that fire or the goal each week of trying to be better, it's hard to. You don't get that anywhere else. So
Yeah.
just remember that if you do feel like you're tired and over it, just be like, all right, well, what's real life gonna be?
Yeah.
That gets repetitive too, and old. But
yeah, you lived that for a little bit, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I needed that because I was the same way. I'm like, dude,
Kind of over it.
Yeah.
And then but it sparks.
it's too much fun, dude. Traveling, and I know it gets sick. Like, you just literally hopped off a plane. You took a night flight here. And then, yeah, you're going to go right back to training tomorrow.
Yeah.
I get it. It's gnarly. But it's better than working for someone else or going to punch in a time clock. You know? So I always try to tell the younger guys, like, man, you have to enjoy it and then do it as long as you can. Because then once you're too old, you can't go back.
Yeah.
You're too old. You're done. So I don't know when that time is for me.
That is true.
I don't know. I feel I'll know mentally when I'm done. Because I do love it too much right now, and I love the riding, everything about it.
Yeah.
And another one that would kind of stop me is not putting results. Say I go out there and I'm getting 15th every week, or even worse.
See,
you'll know it's time.
I have a hard time, and that's when it's going to be the end for me. It's
like, okay.
Like, I'm not going to be one that would end winning, let's say. I'm going to go until, like, if I just start consistently sucking, I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Like, if I'm getting lapped every weekend and then you're just squeaking by, you'll know.
Yeah.
But, man, I love it too much right now. It's way too fun.
What do you, because, like, my thing now that it's becomes, I mean, we all know it's our job. So, it's crazy how, like, in the off season and stuff, I can get pretty, I wouldn't say like burnt out, but just bored. Like, I can get pretty bored of riding my dirt bike some days.
Yeah.
But it's crazy as soon as you start racing, like, how fun the actual racing part of it is.
Yeah.
Like, that's what keeps me coming back. Like, if it wasn't for the racing side of it, well, then at that point I would just, like, ride for fun and probably ride differently. You know, I wouldn't be doing 35s every day. But that, do you, every time you're on your dirt bike, like, I mean, I think it happens to everybody, but, you know, there has to be days during the week where you feel like
over it.
Kind of, the
sure.
riding part. But then it's like when you get to the race, it's like a whole different thing.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah. I mean, everyone has that good and bad days.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the fastest guy at the track every week. There's going to be guys that beat you.
Yeah.
And right before I got hurt, we were doing a couple of days of outdoors. And I was not gelling. Dude. I mean, rough.
Little Casey beating you?
Oh, for sure. I don't know, but dude, I was like, did I lose it? What's going on? And then Seattle, I think Seattle happened. I did good there. But then I went back to outdoors the week before Glendale where I got hurt. And I was like, I was getting pissed. And I was taking it for granted, dude. And so I'll think about that. And I'm like, gosh, why didn't I enjoy that day or just have fun?
Yeah.
And now I'm sitting here with one arm. Yeah. But you'll never know either, like the injury parts of it too.
Yeah.
You got to like enjoy it while you can.
Exactly.
That could be taken away from you quick.
And it's so crazy, like, you're in a position now. Just when you think, like, oh, I'm getting, like, tired of it, whatever, like the riding portion, and then you get hurt, and it takes, like, 3 days before I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I need to get back on my dirt bike.
And I'm going on 11 weeks now of...
That's a long time. 2
surgeries, and I don't know what it's like to be normal anymore. You kind of lose that feeling.
Yeah.
It's so hard mentally.
At least you have, like, a family and stuff like that. Like, you stay busy, you know?
Yeah.
Every time I would get hurt being completely alone, dude, it's the thoughts that go through. It's miserable. Like,
it's crazy. The ups, the downs.
Yeah.
And then I have to watch the races every week, and
that sucks.
I mean, I'm a fan, so I want to watch the race. Yeah. I love it.
I like going to a race
but
when
not
I'm
lining
hurt.
up.
I like going to a race when I'm hurt. Like,
You
I don't
do?
mind it as much.
I don't like it.
You don't?
No. I like seeing the fans, the team.
Yeah.
But you're sitting there, you're like, I should be getting ready right now.
Yeah. No, I mean, that
be
part
lining
sucks,
up.
but
they have the first call horn, you know, and you're like, why am I not riding up there?
I do enjoy just watching racing though sometimes.
Yeah. No, I'm a fan. I love this. I watch every bit of racing.
Yeah.
But all right, thank you. Appreciate you for coming down.
Yes, sir.
This was fun.
Thank you.
Couple weeks in the making.
Yeah.
Canceled one time. Didn't show up one time.
Didn't show up
left.
one time.
But I appreciate it.
You got it.
So check it out. It should be dropping soon. But yeah, thank you guys.